Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Cinema Magic, the show that breaks down Hollywood special effects. I'm your host, Grant Pichla, and this is my sidekick, Alex Vanderstuyf.
This week on the show, we'll be taking a look at the 2007 film Paranormal Activity. Let's take a look.
Roll it. What we just saw was a basic example of wire removal. In order to achieve the effect, the crew on Paranormal Activity attached a wire to the woman's leg and slowly dragged her out of bed. After she was out of bed, they allowed her to kind of sit up and regroup herself.
The crew then simply pulled her away using the same wire that was attached to her foot. After she was out of the room, the crew pulled the door shut using something as simple as fishing wire.
Other than that, there were no other special effects done on set. The rest was done on the computer.
Using the same technique from last week's Forrest Gump episode, they took one image and digitally placed it over another. In this case, they took an image of an empty bedroom and placed it on top of the crew pulling the ropes.
This same process was taken to an extreme level in order to cover up the wires that were attached to the woman's leg. Now, what makes this effect efficient is that they left the camera on top of the dresser perfectly still for the whole shoot.
If the camera had been moving, it would have made the editor's job much more difficult because he or she would have had to match the image of movement in an empty room with the camera's movement.
The last part of the digital effect was adding a ghost on the door. All the editor had to do for this was add a black blur image that moves across the footage.
Today we're going to be performing our own rendition of scenes from Paranormal Activity with the help of our own actress, Lauren Culver.
Let's do it. The first thing we did was transport my bed from my apartment to the studio. While everyone else was setting up equipment, Alex was running tests on the bed to make sure it'd be ready for the scene. Next, Lauren put a wrap around her leg where the rope would attach to prevent any pain. Once the rope was securely attached, Pat and Jesse practiced pulling Lauren around the studio. After that, we found a fixed spot to set the camera that would offer a good viewing angle for the scene. For the actual recording, we had Jesse and Pat slowly pull Lauren out of the bed, then they switched their positioning and dragged her quickly out of the studio. One of the problems with pulling Lauren out of bed is that Jesse and Pat didn't have much room to maneuver.
Oh shit, you're in front of the door!
Even though Paranormal Activity scene involved a door slamming shut, we were simply focused on getting Lauren pulled out of the bed and down the hall. After everyone was satisfied with the shot, we took it to the editing bay. We took an image of the empty room and placed it over top of Pat, Jesse, and the rope. Let's have a look at the finished effect. This week on Cinema Magic, we broke down one of the effects from Paranormal Activity. Using the same methods they used, we made it look like a ghost pulled Lauren out of bed. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Grant Pichla.
And I'm Alex Vanderstuyf.
And we'll see you next time. Real funny, Alex.
Dude, I'm standing right here. I didn't do it. Dude, where'd the crew go?
I don't know, they're all gone. Alex,